assured to solve energy crisis in Bangladesh. Two countries agreed to reduce border deaths to zero, said Prime Minister. Prime Minister will address the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York on September 23rd. And tomorrow's SSC and equivalent examination schedule has been delayed by an hour due to adverse weather, said Education Minister. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Mytv News. I'm Fawzia Roshan with you in the newsroom today. We are still watching the headlines and I'm going to the details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said India has assured to solve the energy crisis in Bangladesh. The two countries agreed to reduce the border crisis come to Dinajpur through a pipeline from Siliguri in India. The Premier said this while addressing a press conference held at the official Governor Bhavan residence about her just concluded official visit to India. Mentioning her recent visit to India has initiated a new horizon. The Premier said Bangladesh wanted to strengthen the relationship and move forward. The people of the country are getting the benefits of various initiatives taken by the government to ensure health care, says the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The Premier inaugurated the much-awaited Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University Super Specialized Hospital, first of its kind in the country, aiming to provide specialized treatment at a cheaper cost. The Premier joined the inauguration ceremony at BSMMU virtually from official residence Governor Bhavan. With the state-of-the-art equipment and modern operation threats, the hospital will provide treatment to all critical patients referred by any public or private hospital or physician. Some 5,000 to 8,000 patients will receive outdoor services at the hospital. This specialized hospital will be an alternative option for many Bangladeshis opting to go abroad for treatment. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will address the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York on September 23rd. The Prime Minister will deliver the speech in Bangla like in the past, following in the footsteps of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen said this at a press conference today. He said that the Prime Minister will highlight Bangladesh's position on Corona, Rohingya crisis, digital infrastructure development in the United Nations General Assembly. Besides, the Foreign Minister also said that the issue of Rohingya repatriation will be strongly highlighted in the UN meeting. Education Minister Deepu Moni said tomorrow's SSC and equivalent examination schedule has been delayed by an hour due to adverse weather and rain. As the candidates entered the examination hall at 10:30, he also said in the new education law, the teacher can give tuition to students of his own class or pressure for tuition. He said this while attending the convocation ceremony of BGME University of Fashion and Technology in the afternoon. The government will only perform routine duties during the election period, stating that the election will be held on time according to the Constitution, says Awami League General Secretary, Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir. He said this to BNP Secretary General in his speech as the chief guest at the tri-annual conference of Dhamrai Upazila Awami League in Dhaka district today. Obaidul Qadir also commented that there is no use in sieging the caretaker government's nightmare. BNP will not participate in any election under the current government and the Election Commission, says a member of the party's standing committee, Mirza Abbas. He said this in an event at the National Press Club in the morning today. This leader of BNP also said that the movement will be strengthened to resist the election under the Election Commission. The next general election will be held within January 2024. The election schedule will be announced in November of 2023. The Election Commission unveiled the roadmap for the 12th general election at its headquarters at Agargarh in the city today. Election Commissioner Brigadier General Retired Hassan Habib Khan announced the roadmap as the chief guest. Chief Election Commissioner Kazi Habibul Awal was not present at he was ill. The roadmap was released as a booklet comprising course of actions on way for holding the election. Meanwhile, Election Commissioner Anisur Rahman said that the risk is high in the 300 seats. He expressed hope that all parties will participate in the election if the electoral roadmap is fully implemented. The United States will provide all kinds of support to the Anti-Corruption Commission, including the training of officials to prevent corruption. The U.S. Ambassador to Dhaka, Peter Diaz, gave the assurance today. Peter Diaz paid a courtesy call on Anti-Corruption Commission Chairman Mohammad Moinuddin Abdullah with a delegation of 3 members. Speaking to reporters, Peter has said the ACC has been invited to the International Anti-Corruption Conference in the United States in December, and the ACC chairman said there was a fruitful discussion with the U.S. ambassador.
That Bangladesh is making to fight corruption, both on prevention and enforcement.
Viewers, we are taking a short break. We will soon be back with. The body of Queen Elizabeth II has been brought to London from Scotland. And the BCB announced the squad for the T20 World Cup. Mahmudullah Riyad has been dropped. Welcome back to MyTV News and thanks for being with us. Due to the influence of a land depression located in South Madhya Pradesh area of India, it is raining intermittently in different parts of the country today. In this situation, local warning signal number 3 is hoisted at Chittagong, Cox's Bazar, Mongla and Paira ports. Heavy rain has been forecasted at most places in all the divisions. The meteorological office said the sky will be overcast in different parts of the country, including the capital on Wednesday. The sky may clear tomorrow. Naturally, the temperature will drop slightly with the rain. Meanwhile, low-lying areas of southern region have been inundated by increasing rains and tidal water. The water of various rivers in these districts has increased. Viewers, now international news. The body of Queen Elizabeth II has been brought to London, the capital of the United Kingdom. From Edinburgh, Scotland, the Queen's remains are now in Buckingham Palace in London. The heroes arrived at Buckingham Palace on Tuesday evening local time. British Prime Minister Liz Truss and Defence Secretary Ben Wallace received the body at Northolt Airport in London. The Queen's coffin was accompanied by her daughter, Princess Anne. Thousands of people gathered on both sides of the road from the airport to Buckingham Palace to pay their respects to the Queen. Prince William and Harry received the Queen's body at Buckingham Palace. Queen Elizabeth II's state funeral will be held at Westminster Abbey in London on September 19. Two neighboring countries, Armenia and Azerbaijan, are involved in a fresh war. About 100 soldiers of both sides were killed in this battle that took place on Monday night. Meanwhile, 49 of the deceased soldiers were Americans and 50 were Azerbaijans. Earlier, it was reported that half 100 American soldiers were killed immediately after the clash. Later, the information about the casualties of the Azerbaijan army was also reported. The two neighboring countries have fought 2 wars with each other and have been in regular Kathmandu for 3 decades. Russia said it had a blockade of a ceasefire to end the latest clashes. Russia had already announced last week Xi will meet with President Vladimir Putin at a leaders' summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Uzbekistan, as Moscow seeks to bolster ties with Beijing after being slapped with unprecedented Western sanctions over its invasion of Ukraine. Beijing on Monday confirmed Xi's attendance at the summit of the Uzbek city of Samarkand. The Chinese president will also pay state visits to Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan from Wednesday to Friday at the invasion of Presidents Kizmis Zomartkoyev and Shavkat Mirziyoyev. The foreign ministry said in a statement, the SCO is made up of China, Russia, India, Pakistan, as well as 4 Central Asian countries, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan. Viewers, now news on sports. Now, time for details about cricket. Bangladesh Cricket Board has announced the squad for the T20 World Cup. Selector Minhajul Abidin Nannu announced the 15-member team around 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday at the Shere Bangla National Cricket Stadium. Former T20 ice keeper Mahmudullah Riyad has been dropped from the squad. Bangladesh will miss the service of Mushfiq Rahim and Tamim Iqbal as a senior player. Sabir Rahman as a top-order batter has been added to the team. Bangladesh, however, added Nazmul Hossain Shanto with the discussion with the captain, said Minhajul Abidin Nannu. Viewers, about to the end and the headlines once again. India assured to solve energy crisis in Bangladesh. 2 countries agreed to reduce border debts to 0, said the Prime Minister. Prime Minister will address the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York on September 23rd. Tomorrow's SSC and equivalent examination schedule has been delayed by an hour due to adverse weather, said Education Minister. The body of Queen Elizabeth II has been brought to London from Scotland. And BCB announced the squad for the T20 World Cup. Mahmudullah Riyad has been dropped. That's all from our newsroom for now. Thanks for being with us. To join with MyTV News online, visit YouTube/MyTVBT News. And to watch all our programs, visit YouTube/MyTV Bangla, Facebook/MyTV Bangla. Our next bulletin will be telecast in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to join with us. Till then, stay connected. Allah Hafiz.